everyone, it is that time of the month to show you my completed pages. Now I haven't done that many, a 62, which for me isn't that many really, but there's been various things happening which have slowed me down a little bit. Not bad things, good things, but it's just meant there aren't quite so many, but still plenty to show you. So let's just move the book away and get going right away. So I'm going to start with my Johanna Basford planner, as I usually do. One of the reasons that I have less to show you is because I've completed all the November pages as well. But I'm not going to show you them until November, just because I don't want to give you those spoilers. You have to wait and see. But you can look at October's, which you would have seen already if you have followed the videos that I made. So this one was done with the Shapira Farben pencils, and this one was done using Castle Arts Gold, and the next one using Castle Arts Soft Touch pencils, and then the very last one for October, November was done using the Arteza Expert pencils with a bit of a shiny pen going on as well. So those are the October pages, and there is a video for each of those if you're interested in following along with any of those pages. I've done a few in Small Victories. Now this is a new copy of Small Victories. I finished a copy and there is a flip through for that and various videos and things like that, but this one is a new one because I had a request to do this page. Let's hold it up a bit closer for you. So so I did this page in Chroma Flow pencils, and then I also had a request to do this page, which I also did in Chroma Flow pencils, just because the person who requested the page wanted those pencils. And then I did a couple of these. I'd actually did them last night. I'll hold it a bit closer for you. This is the colouring palette test page, and I did these in Staedtler Design Journey. I just wanted something really simple to do because I was feeling a bit tired. So there are those two to do that I did. Hang on, let me just start making a pile. I just don't need to do my remote control. There we go. Now, Johanna's new book, Magical Worlds. Now, as you can imagine, I haven't done lots in this yet, but I have done the nameplate page, which was a video for you. It was quite a long video in the end. I thought it would be quick. It wasn't that quick, but quickish. I think it was just over an hour. There was that one that I did. This one's got a piece of paper in because I'm making a video. I'm not going to show you that yet. You'll have to wait. I think it will start tomorrow, I think. Anyway, this is the Witch's Room, as I called it, which was I did. It was a 6-part series, quite long. And I used Castle Arts Gold for that one. And then I did this page, this again, oops, the colour palette test page. I decided this was quite a nice quick one to do. So this one, I used Ergosoft for that. And this one, you would have seen me colour maybe when I did my flip through, because I coloured that one in there. So nothing else yet, but it will come because it's very exciting. There'll probably be a lot from here next month. So right, let's just, I need some space. Right, let's put that there. Okay, that's all for Johanna Basford this month. I knew I'd be doing loads in November, so I didn't do so much. So working on Hannah Carlson. This is her party book. I was also looking for Halloween and autumnal themed pictures and didn't find so many in Johanna's books. So here is our owl sitting on some presents. I thought the owl looked quite autumnal, but then I ended up making the presents look a bit Christmassy, but you know. This was done using Prisma pencils. I didn't do a background, just kept it fairly simple. Then from her little space book, these are her children's colouring books, by the way, and this was done in quite a childish manner. Shiny pen, the Staedtler metallic pen, there's some glitter pen there, and the pencil work was done with Prismas. So it was quite a simple one there. Now, Midnight Masquerade, this was not as simple. Still kept it quite light though. Let me hold it up so you can see the colours a bit better. I wanted to keep it fairly light because we've got all this glass and things. I didn't want to do a background because you'd have to deal with background through glass and things like that. It's done with Prismacolor. I just enjoyed doing the fruits and the different bits and the water, ice and stuff. So that was that one. Then I did one from City Among the Stars. You may have seen this one. I posted it on my socials. There we go. I coloured that with polychromos, and I tried to use like autumnal colours on that one because I was in the mood for autumn, as hopefully most of us are. Well, in this hemisphere anyway. Sorry, Australia. Grains of Gold. This one was an experiment down here. I wanted to try whiting out the lines. Let me try and do it in an angle where you can see it. There we go. But I didn't like it really. But you know, I thought I'd play with a little tiny image and have a go. Didn't really work. So that's, you know, that's okay. Now, and a daffodil, very, very on theme for. Anyway, I'm going to come in a tad. I feel like I'm really far away, and this will help it get a bit darker. Yes, Grains of Gold. No, I'm lying. Jewelry Box. This girl was coloured in polychromos. Could probably go over that white pen again. It's a little bit faint, but there she is. And Seasons. Now, of course, I have zoomed out, so you might not see all the page because it's a bigger book. There we go. So Seasons, I picked this. It wasn't really autumnal, but a little bit autumnal, so I picked it, and I just like wanted to do all these metallics. And this is polychromos. Now, Tales from the Witch's Cottage is obviously right on season for Halloween, but I didn't do too many from here. I did go out of sequence. I have been working through the book in sequence, but I didn't. Someone asked me how to colour drippy candles, so so I did this page as a series of 2 videos. So the candelabras, or candle stands, candle holders, whatever you call them, are quite basic, but I sort of wanted to concentrate on the actual drippy bit, which was where the help was required. So that's that one, and I used Black Widows for that. I find they work nicely in this book, and the colours work quite well for a witchy theme. However, this one was done with Prismacolor, and I really fancied the idea of doing this sort of green and purple. I thought the contrast was good. Unfortunately, down here is sort of lost a bit because this is so bright, but you know, that's sometimes a problem. You know, you have to try and get the balance right, but there we go. And I was going to do these flowers in this colour, like the hair, but I don't know why I didn't, but you know, there we go. There she is. Right, spirit animals. I was looking more, whoops, autumnal. So I picked this owl and used the sort of browns quite a lot. There she is. I always do these in pairs because I feel like they sort of match. So use the same colour eyes and same colour gemstones and things like that to try and match up the 2 pages. And there's some didn't do the circles. I really should have done those in some sort of pen, but never mind. There's some pastel in the background, just a little bit, but mainly done with polys and prismas. Sometimes I mix them up a little bit. Right, and then we have our last Hannah book, which is Magical Dawn. I've got a few others, but that's the last one, only other one I did this month. And this is Arteza watercolour pencils, but I didn't activate them. I just used the pencils without worrying about water. I started off thinking I was going to do water, and then I just liked it, so I didn't bother. Why not? Right, Maria Trolle. We have a picture from Botanicum. A very autumnal picture. I was sort of thinking Virginia Creeper vibes. It's not quite as red as Virginia Creeper, but there we go. Now the window was quite, I tell you how I did it. So this bit and this bit are more blurred, and this bit, because this one's open so we can see into the room quite sharply, but here we're looking through the glass, so I got a white pencil and just went over the top of this to try and make it look further back. I made the mistake of doing it over the cat, and he hasn't come out how I wanted because I sort of smudged him with the white pencil, but everything else I was quite pleased with. And then put these white lines on the glass. I don't know how easy it is to see, to make it look like you're looking through it, just to give a different sort of atmosphere. So that was that one, but enjoyed all those autumn leaves. There's a lot, but I enjoyed them. Right, Moon Valley. I picked this one. It's quite different too. It's not autumnal. Well, it's not seasonal at all. The dragon or sea monster is a little bit close to the colour of the water, and I was wondering whether to change that up or not, and then I decided that actually the camouflage was quite good. So if you were a sea monster, would you be camouflage? It would be in your advantage, wouldn't it? So anyway, that was done with polychromos, so that was that one. I'll put it that way. And in Flora, it's very Halloween, isn't it? That's last year's. I did this one as much simpler. Polychromos, just kept it quite simple. I did these like they were dried. I'm sure I've seen dried flowers that look like that. I didn't bother looking up what they were in the back. I just did my own thing, and I thought this sort of dried look can look a little bit old and dead, which is a bit Halloweeny, but also autumnal at the same time. Now, Nightfall. Yeah, I enjoyed this one. I tried to make it look a little autumnal with my orangey colour roses, but it was just, you know, making them pop out from that black background. Well, it's quite easy. The black background's there already, so that helped. But that was polychromos, lots of layers, reds and oranges and yellows to get the roses. But yeah, it's good fun. Now, Universe. I think this was a buddy colour. It was. I've got all sorts of dust in here. I don't know why. Probably because pastels. This is a buddy colour with my friend Michelle, and I tried to make it look quite autumnal with the oranges and browns. Now the background, I used a circle template with pastels to try and make a sort of bokeh type effect. I'm not sure it worked that well, but I think it's still okay. You know, I'm not really disappointed with it. It just didn't quite come out how I imagined, but I'm not very good at imagining. So, hey, who knows? Now this one, sorry, Luna, I was in the mood for something really quite simple, and I was trying out my new Posca pencils. So I drew in did the beans and the leaves and left the flowers because they're white. So I was like, ugh. So I thought, I've got to do a background. So I coloured in the centre bit here and it looked awful. So I went over the whole thing with pastels. And then there's white dots that you can't see in the background. And I did a bit of white pencil over the flowers and pen around the edge. But again, you can't see it that much. But it was a bit of an experiment with white flowers, which I find hard and didn't really work. But, you know, that's okay. Now, Rita Berman's Autumn book. This page intrigued me. I feel that she has left us to finish it. I mean, look, she's only drawn a couple of petals on and not. But what I did was I coloured in what I could with pencil. I used polychromos. And then with my pastels, I did a sort of outside border. Sorry, you can't see. And then, like, I got a colour similar to that and just smudged in the missing bits and put some sort of leaf shapes. I didn't know what else to do with it, so, you know, that's how I coloured it. I enjoyed it. Okay, Europa. Now, I thought I would have a go at this. Now, I always find water interesting. I find Rita's water quite difficult to colour, I have to say. Other Johanna's Basford's water I find easier just because of the way it's drawn. But I wasn't sure about the colours and things like that. I used my Posca pencils. I'm still getting used to the colours and things, but it was okay. But it, you know, I don't know. I'm not like massively enthused by the end result. But now, Menuet de Bonheur. This one was a long old series showing you how to do different steps. So I coloured this one on camera and left you to do those, and I coloured a little bit of this and left you to do those. Did one bird, one owl, one leaf set, that sort of thing, but really autumnal vibes going on, trying to show you how you can do some fur, some autumn colours, mossy branches, all sorts of different ideas which I'd got from colouring another page in from the book using a Chris Cheng video. Now this used, what did I use? Trying to find it. Castle Art Soft Touch for that one. Now this page here, this is the Chris Cheng video that I did last month, which with Prismacolor, which sort of influenced me. Obviously mine's nothing like as good as that, but you know, I had a go in showing you how to do some of the techniques. This one I had a go at, I can't remember what pencils I used because I didn't write it down, but I'm looking at that sky, I think that's slate grey, so I'm thinking probably Prismas. Yeah, there's some Prisma Gold and Silver around the edge of the frame as well. I found it a little bit difficult to make everything stand out. I felt like it's a sort of smushy blur, like these lamps which are in the front. They didn't pull forward and I wasn't quite sure how to do that. So anyway, I feel like this is a picture and the lamp, I don't know, but I had a go. Nice Halloween, enjoyed doing the pumpkins. Right, Walk in the Woods was a commission. I was asked to do these on video, which I did. Oops, I've got a piece of paper under there, doesn't matter. I used, what did I use for this? Castle Arts Gold, yes, in here, and did 4 videos for these. I enjoyed these, nice autumnal theme going on and things like that. Now this one isn't a video. My husband drew these, and I coloured them in using I haven't written it down, and they must be Chromaflow, those greys, that's Chromaflow. So yeah, I coloured them in. This is actually a photocopy of them because I've already cut them out and I'm using them. So these are available for free on his Ko-fi. If you want the link, let me know. You can just download them, colour them yourself if you want to have a go at the Halloween theme. It's good fun. He's got some others, tower ones, and what else did he do? He's got some colouring sheets that you can colour as well that aren't bookmarks. I haven't done those. I've done one of them. Right, Lulu. Now she has loads of Halloween pages like this one that I did last year, but I actually only got round to doing one, which was this one. I have to admit that because I can't get massively excited about Halloween, I don't tend to do loads and loads of Halloween pages. So I've done a few, and I prefer like magical theme, if you know what I mean. But you know, it's fine, and I will get round to doing all my Halloween pages and my Halloween books, but it's just I don't do tons of them. So I did this one. I also find after a while, I find colouring pumpkins, Chromaflow, you know, you've coloured a lot of pumpkins. Here is a nice little town Halloween, and I had a go at colouring with watercolour. Actual proper watercolour, not pencils. I've got a watercolour set. Now certain bits I liked, like the sort of houses and sky, but this was horrible. So yeah, there was some bits I liked and some bits I thought were disgusting. And this green colour, ugh, horrid. But I could have penciled over the top, but by the time I'd sort of done it and I felt this green and orange was so gross that I just wanted to close the book, which I couldn't because it was wet. Doing a bit of glitter pen on the pipe. But it was an experiment, and it made me think that maybe I could do a little bit of watercolour in background sometimes, but I'm not sure. And my watercolour brown has dried up and I can't get it to work, so they're very old. Right, Nightingales 3, another pumpkin. These are done with, this one's done with Polycolour and some metallic pen. So I I did these. I think these are mushrooms, but I wasn't entirely sure. But anyway, I enjoyed doing that one. And the rabbit is so cute. And all the fur's drawn on, so it's really quite easy to do. Now, another Halloween book. This is the Colouring Heaven Halloween special. And I did these. Now, these are cute Halloween pictures by Agatha Pop. This has been an ongoing series, which is probably run through by now. I can't quite think of the timing, but I did one per day. So we've got all our little Halloween, once another pumpkin, Halloween pictures. And I like this one. So those are those, and then I did a few more in here as well. So I did this one because it looked more magical and I wanted some nice pretty colours, so I thought the flames and the purple would go really well. So I coloured that one with Stellar Design Journey, so that's quite a soft colour. And then I also did this one. Now, I started this one in a video where I was testing out my new Posca pens, and I finished it off with the Poscas, and you can see how I blended up the gold teeth. Let me hold it a bit closer for you. And the silver teeth, and you can see how nicely they blend, so that was nice. I did do a bit of blending in the video, not on this page, but a lot of this is just plain colouring, just testing out the colours. And we've got a cream skull, a light grey, a light blue and a white. I prefer the white one, but you know, I was trying different colours out and different ideas. So there are those. This one's just got some missing teeth. Well, that was that one. And then we had the Colouring Heaven Autumn one, which has this witchy picture. Now, I've done this picture before because it's in Lenka Filanenko's Magical Seasons book. But in her Magical Seasons, she's got grayscale in it, whereas this one hasn't. So I was quite interested in that, so I had to go without the grayscale. I rather like her. I know she's a bit naughty, but you know, it's fun. And that's Stellar Design Journey for that one. And another Colouring Heaven. Now, I know it's not Christmas, but they sent me the book, so I did a flip through for you. So really, because if you're abroad and you want to order it, you need to order it in time, so you get it in time. But I started colouring this little elephant picture in my flip through video, and here it is finished. What did I use? Pablo pencils. It's quite an interesting style if I show you an uncoloured one. So we've got a bit of shadow drawn in, so I think these are better for markers in a way, alcohol markers, because you've just got that little bit of indication of shadow which would show through with a marker. But I had to go with my pencil and just went over those shadows in a darker bit of pencil, and it was a fun challenge. And I had another go in one of the other books doing that too. I'll show you in a minute. So before that though, we have Cottage Core, which is another Colouring Heaven pocket edition. They sent me a few freebies as a thank you for the promotional work I'm doing. They're sort of sponsoring me by sending me freebies, and then because they were happy with what I was doing, they sent me a few extra freebies. Now these are Morgan O'Brien's pictures. This is Annie Day, and I coloured this one. Come in a bit closer. This one using Posca, my Posca pencils, and I wanted, it doesn't have to be autumnal, although the leaves are falling, but so I had quite fun doing the autumn leaves and then making her look all light and pretty. And then this one, we have this sort of Halloweeny one. I don't know if I did this one when I did my flip through or not. I can't even remember. But this was done with Chromaflow pencils. I just don't know, another pumpkin. But you know, Halloweeny style had to be done. Now this one is new and exclusive, and what that means is that it's exclusive to this book. And there's another exclusive, I didn't say that in my flip through, this one is exclusive as well. The others aren't exclusive to this book, so you get an exclusive Halloween. I think the others are all from the Annie Day book, but there we go. And then I also got sent this one, Sleeping Animals. This is by R.J. Hampson, and I've done a few in here. Now this was the one that I did when I did my flip through, and I'm not very impressed with it, to be honest. I wanted to do the elephants, they do look cute, but the chair and the lamp, not particularly happy with that, and it was done with Prisma. However, this one I was very impressed with. Sounds a bit big-headed, but I used polychromos for this and I spent a lot longer. Now I messed up over here, I'll talk you through that in a minute, but I just layered up a lot of colours, made it look very autumnal, did lots of work on the feathers, and I was much happier with this. Now round here I extended my sky too far and then tried to make it into a curve, and it's covered over there in white pen. You might trying to disguise it because I felt it looked better with a curve like that. So as I say, I messed it up a little bit, like the flowers as well. Now this one I used, now Colour with Claire brought out a video on how to do these sort of simplistic designs like this, and showing you how to do them. And so I tried it using pencils rather than pens. She uses alcohol markers in her video, and she does a layer of colour and then does an extra layer in the places where she wants some shadow. Instead, I used my Posca pencils, did a layer, and used a slightly darker pencil for the shadows. It hasn't come out as well as I'd hoped. It's not that smooth, and the shadow colours aren't necessarily as good as they could have been, but it was a really interesting, fun experiment to do, following her guidance from her video, just to see how that works out. And it's quite a cute picture, isn't it? So that was that one. Now we have New Therapy, and there was a Halloween picture in here that I did. What did I use? Yeah, Polycolour. Polycolour pencils work really nicely in this book, I find, so that's what I used. So that's that one. Now Autumn Harvest, you've probably seen this one. I will come out a little bit. Which was a 3-part video on this sort of Halloweeny one, more pumpkins. So many pumpkins. Yeah, I like that one. I wanted to make it mystical and magical, and I like cute Halloween like that. Now this book here, Light-Hearted Mandalas, I'm coming towards the end of this one, so I'm trying to colour quite a few each month, and then I can finish it, because it's a lovely little book, and sometimes it's just nice to get one finished. You may have seen this one on my socials. This is a Colour Cube card, Sarah Renee Clark's cards. They're available off, I'm going to sneeze. Right, that's better. They're available on her website. That's the only place you can buy them. So if you go into your search engine and put Sarah Renee Clark or put Colour Cube cards, you'll find her website and you'll find them. You can buy the actual cards or the digital edition. And also she has got an Instagram page with examples of them on there. So if you can't afford to buy them, you can go there, and it's her page. I thought someone had been ripping her off and sort of sharing them, but she said no. I contacted her staff. They said no, it is her page. She's sharing some ideas and cards on there. So you can go and have a look there if you can't afford to buy them, because they are expensive. I mean, it could be something for your Christmas wish list, but they're expensive. So anyway, these are really pretty palettes, so that was fun. And this one, I didn't know what to do with this page, so I just grabbed my next card and just went for it, really. And then this one actually wasn't, I missed that page out by mistake or something. And then there's that card. I just used a little tiny bit of blue in the middle. And then I did, oh sorry, I didn't tell you what pencils I used, just very quickly. Oh, they're all polychromos. This one also polychromos. It's autumnal. I didn't use a card, I just wanted to do some autumn colours. And then this one I used some metallic Posca pens, because someone had said they were colouring in some, and I thought it would be a good idea, but I don't know if I like it really. I'm always start with pens with all enthusiasm and then go ugh by the time I finish. This one I did with Staedtler Design Journey, and I just chose the palette for that, just messed around with just 4 colours. So that was fun. Right, we have a lot of Agatha Pop pictures. This is from her September Tinies, because she got a bit delayed because she's been quite poorly, but she brought out her September Tinies. There's that one. And then this is from her October Tinies. And then this one is from her November Tinies. Now I have flipped, well, I call it a flip through, sort of. I show you all the pictures from those. There's a video of each on my channel, so you can see those. Now this book I forgot to write down. I was sent this one to review, and I just had a go at this first page. Basically it's like a search. So you have your words, you've got to search for them in the grid. This is an alphabetical one, so you have a different letter on each page, working through the alphabet, and the things you have to find begin with that letter. So alien, ambulance, arc, that sort of thing. That's rather fun. I haven't done much more colouring on. I haven't done any colouring apart from finding the items on this page, which I did in the video. I really like these when I have time and I'm just, you know, I don't feel like doing loads of colouring. You can just, it's just like a word search. I love it. It's great fun. But, you know, if you like word searches. Oh, this one's this way up, I think. Reptiloids 2. And here he is in his very special tortoise carriage. Polychromos. I just think they're hilarious. Such funny pages. So there's that one. And last but not least, Mandalas with Beautiful Borders, Volume 5. Here we go, Polychromos. Just decided I wanted something pink and blue. So there it is. There's a green, but you know, they're relieved. You've got to do them green, haven't you? Have you? Not necessarily, but there we go. The other couple of things I've done this month are a couple of swatch charts. I did a comparison chart, I think, with the Chroma Flows, and I did a swatch chart for my new Posca pencils. Probably need to see some comparison charts for that as well for you. I've also been working on some Christmas stuff, so which is too early to tell you about. So yeah, so I've been busy doing other things, but there's still plenty of colouring now, I think. But right, that is me done for this month. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for following along on all the different tutorials if you have, and flip throughs and all sorts of things like that. And yeah, hope you had a good month, and looking forward to a whole new month of colouring ahead of us. Thank you so much for watching. Have a super day and happy colouring.